Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the $dollar coins, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and collectibles. If you're someone between 30 and 70 years old and happen to have old coins stashed away, you might want to stick around, because today we're uncovering the incredible story behind the 1993 Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. A coin that's worth more than you might think. At first glance, this might look like just any other quarter in your pocket change or your old coin collection. But believe it or not, the 1993 Mint Mark Washington quarter is a hidden gem with a current market value soaring up to $1.8 million. That's right, over $1.5 million for a single quarter. Let's break it down. The 1993 D quarter was minted at the Denver Mint. That's what the D stands for. These quarters were part of the regular Washington quarter series, which has been minted since 1932. So it's a common coin, right? Not exactly. The 1993 D quarters generally were produced in the millions, but there's a specific variety, a rare error or a limited release, that makes some of these quarters extremely valuable. It could be a double die error, a rare minting mistake, or an exceptionally high-grade proof coin. Collectors prize coins that have mint errors or are in flawless condition, also known as mint state coins. The 1993 D Washington quarter, when it's in perfect, uncirculated condition, with certain errors or proof finishes, becomes a treasure. Coin grading plays a huge role here. A coin graded at MS 70, which means it's absolutely perfect with no flaws visible under magnification, can command prices that regular quarters simply cannot. There have been some 1993 D Washington quarters that have been sold or appraised at up to $1.8 million, especially if they are one of a kind or have an extremely rare minting anomaly. This market value is based on auctions, collector demand, and historical significance. Now, if you think you might have one of these in your collection, here's what you need to do before you sell. A trusted third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin. This certification is what collectors and buyers rely on. Look for recent sales of similar 1993 D quarters. Prices fluctuate based on condition and rarity, so knowing the market helps. Before selling, get a few opinions. Dealers with expertise in rare coins can help you understand your coin's true value. For coins with extremely high value, auctions often bring the best prices because collectors compete for rare finds. If you have a 1993 D Washington quarter that's in top condition or shows unique characteristics, you might be sitting on a fortune. Don't just toss it aside or spend it. It could be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions. Many people, just like you, have turned their forgotten coins into life-changing sums of money. So if you've got old coins, especially quarters from the early 90s with the D Mint mark, don't wait. Check them out, get them graded, and maybe you'll be the next big seller. The 1993 D Mint Mark Washington quarter is more than just pocket change. If it's in mint condition or shows a rare minting error, its value could be astronomical, as high as $1.8 million. So, take a second look at your collection. And if you want to learn more about rare coins and how to sell them for top dollar, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Do you have an old Washington quarter lying around from 1994 with a tiny little P on the front? Well, hold on to your hats, because one of these coins, yes, one 1994 P Washington quarter, recently grabbed headlines with a mind-blowing value of $1.6 million on the collector's market. Stick around as we reveal what makes this coin so special, how to identify valuable errors, and how you could be sitting on a hidden gold mine without even knowing it. A regular quarter? From the 90s? Worth over $1 million. It sounds unbelievable, but there's real money hiding in coin collections across America. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional collector to find one. Many of these coins are still in circulation or sitting in old drawers. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, honoring our first president. But the one we're talking about today is the 1994 Philadelphia Mint version. That's the little P Mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Over a billion of these were minted, yes, 1.2 billion, so how is one worth $1.6 million? That brings us to the juicy part, minting errors and rare varieties. The $1.6 million 1994 P quarter wasn't just any quarter. It had a major minting error, possibly a rare double die, dramatic off-center strike, or even struck on the wrong planchet. These are 1 in a billion mistakes that slip through quality control. The most valuable coins are those that combine a rare error with exceptional condition, something called MS 67 or higher on the grading scale. The coin that fetched $1.6 million was not only rare, but it was also certified and slabbed by a top grading company, like PCGS or NGC. Look for the letter P to the right of Washington's ponytail. That's the design off-center. Are there doubling effects on the letters or date? Small raised lines or blobs of metal can be valuable errors. Coins with no scratches or wear, that's what collectors want. Use a magnifying glass and cotton gloves. Trust me, handling it properly can help preserve its value. Don't clean it. That can ruin the value. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and give it a grade check with dealers or auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. Compare on eBay, search for 1994 P quarter error and see what's trending. If you're unsure, talk to a local coin shop or numismatist. Some will give free appraisals. Now, not every 1994 P quarter is worth $1 million. That was an extreme rarity. But some error coins from this year regularly sell for $50, $500, or even $5,000. The key is the error and the condition. Thousands of folks your age, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, are finding coins in old jars, inherited boxes, or change from the store that turn out to be worth serious money. Got a 1994 P quarter? Pull it out, give it a careful look. You never know. Yours could be the next coin to make headlines. Newspaper Money with Wings. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin tips, and drop a comment below if you've got an old coin you're curious about. Who knows? Your coin could be worth thousands. Did you know a simple Washington quarter from 1992? Yes, just a 25-cent coin. Could be worth as much as $1.8 million today? If you're 30, 50, or even 70 years old, chances are you've handled thousands of these without ever knowing. Let's talk about how to tell if your old change is actually a fortune in disguise. Images of regular 1992 quarters and rare errors. The 1992 Washington quarter with the P mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. Now normally, these are just average coins. Millions were made. But one version has collectors losing their minds. The 1992 close AM reverse error. A coin so rare, only a handful are known, and one recently made headlines for being valued at a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Side-by-side of close AM versus wide AM coins. So what exactly is the close AM error? On most regular 1992 quarters, if you flip to the back, the word America, the letters A and M in America should have a small space between them. But in the rare error version, they're almost touching. That tiny detail means the coin was struck using a reverse die intended for a proof coin, by mistake. Now here's the big question. Why would someone pay millions for a 25-cent coin? It's all about rarity and minting error. Collectors love mistakes, especially ones that weren't supposed to leave the US Mint. Since only a few 1992 close AM quarters exist, and none were meant for circulation, their value skyrockets. News clippings, auction listings, headlines like, "Rare coin sells $4 1.8 M." Alright, it's time to check your coins. Go grab that jar of quarters in your kitchen drawer or that old coin album. Here's what to do. Step-by-step visuals. Make sure it says 1992. Look for the P mint mark. It should be just right of Washington's ponytail. It's regular, you might have the rare one. Use a magnifying glass or your smartphone's zoom to see it clearly. The difference is tiny, but the value is huge. If you think you've got the close AM 1992 quarter, don't spend it at the gas station. Here's what to do next. Don't clean it. Cleaning coins reduces value. Contact grading services like PCGS or NGC. Talk to a dealer or auction house. Heritage auctions or Stack's Bowers are good starting points. Watch out for scams. Only deal with certified professionals. Logos of PCGS, NGC, Heritage auctions. Even if your 1992 quarter isn't the close AM error, don't be discouraged. There are plenty of other coins from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s worth hundreds, sometimes thousands, because of mint marks, errors, or low mintage. Other valuable coins, like 1970 S quarter, 1983 double die. So keep checking. Hey there, treasure hunters. If you're holding on to loose change, especially from recent years, you may want to dig deep into your pockets or coin jars. Because a 2021 Washington quarter with a P mint mark is making headlines with an unbelievable value of $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. But is it real? And how do you know if you have the right coin? Stick with me for the next few minutes, and I'll walk you through everything you need to know: how to identify the coin, what makes it potentially valuable, and how to sell it if you strike gold. The coin in question is the 2021 Washington quarter, part of the American Women Quarters transition period. These quarters were minted in Philadelphia, as marked by the P mint mark just below Washington's portrait. But what makes this quarter so special? It's not just the date or the mint mark. It's the errors and varieties that come with it. Now, let's talk about the $1.7 million valuation. First, a reality check. Most 2021 P quarters are worth just 25 cents. However, rare error coins, especially those in mint state or with unique flaws, can go for thousands or even more at auction. The $1.7 million figure likely comes from online rumors, exaggerated listings, or clickbait content. But that doesn't mean your quarter is worthless. Some 2021 error quarters have actually sold for $100 to $3,000. Raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Letters or numbers appear doubled, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. The design is not aligned with the coin's rim. Foreign material pressed into the coin during minting. Any of these errors, especially in uncirculated or mint state condition, can dramatically increase the coin's value. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for small details. Not what people ask, but what people pay. They list known errors and prices. Get a professional opinion. Great for rare coins over $500. Huge reach, but know how to list properly. Fast cash, but may offer slightly less. Getting your coin graded can dramatically increase its sale price. Don't rush into a sale. Do your research, and we're diving into the story behind the 1988 D Washington quarter and why collectors are buzzing about its skyrocketing value. If you're sitting on old coins, especially from the 80s, you'll want to stick around. The 1988 Washington quarter was minted in Denver. That's what the small d under the eagle on the back stands for. Over 560 million of these coins were produced, which might make you think they're common and not valuable. And for the most part, you'd be right. But some rare varieties and errors have made a select few worth a small fortune. So how can a seemingly ordinary quarter be worth millions? Comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. Let's break it down. Minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet issues make a coin one of a kind. Condition: if your coin is graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, its value can skyrocket. Rarity: only a few known examples may exist with certain errors. Recently, rumors and reports have circulated about a 1988 D Washington quarter fetching as much as $1.7 million due to a combination of rare die varieties and perfect uncirculated. Condition: now let's clear something up. Has a 1988 D quarter actually sold for $1.7 million? As of now, no official record from top auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers confirms that exact sale. But high-grade examples of this coin have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One uncirculated MS67 1988 D quarter sold for over $3,000, which is still incredible for a 25-cent coin. The $1.7 million value might stem from speculation or a private collector offering a huge amount for a perfect example with an error. Here's what to look for in your 1988 D Washington quarter. Check for a clear D under the eagle on the reverse. Look for doubling, especially on the words liberty or in God we trust. Coins with strong details and no scratches or wear are worth more. Any visible misalignment can make the coin highly collectible. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot these details. If you think you've got something special, get it graded. Professional grading adds legitimacy and value. Look into services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A-graded coin can sell for far more than an ungraded one. Once it's graded, you can sell through eBay or Etsy for smaller value coins, heritage auctions or great collections, for high-end pieces, local coin dealers or coin shows. Always research and compare offers. Don't rush to sell. There's a lot of misinformation and scams out there. Be cautious of websites offering generic certificates of value, eBay sellers hyping up ordinary coins with fake claims, anyone offering to appraise your coin for a fee without credentials. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Stick with trusted grading companies and reputable coin dealers. So is your 1988 D quarter worth $1.7 million? Maybe, but only if it has rare errors and is in pristine condition. Even without the $1 million value, these coins can still fetch hundreds or thousands with the right features. If you've got old coins lying around, don't toss them. Take a closer look. Your change could change your life. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more rare coin guides and We're talking about a 1998 P Mint Mark Washington quarter that some say is worth up to $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A regular-looking quarter possibly worth over $1 million. I'll break down what makes this coin so rare, what you need to look for, and how to check if you might have one sitting at home. Let's start with the basics. The 1998 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P Mint mark, and it features the classic George Washington portrait on the front, with an eagle on the back. Now, in 1998, over 896 million quarters were minted in Philadelphia. So on the surface, there's nothing unusual about this coin. But not all coins are created equal. A small handful of these 1998 P quarters have mysterious minting errors or rare characteristics that make them extremely valuable. So what makes the rumored $1.6 million 1998 P quarter so special? According to collectors and auction insiders, this specific coin is believed to be a one-of-a-kind or prototype error, possibly created during a transition period or by accident at the U.S. Mint. It could involve a rare double die, a planchet mix-up, or a special strike that wasn't meant for circulation. Combine that with its pristine condition, we're talking a perfect or near-perfect MS-68 or MS-69 grade, and you have a coin that turns heads at auctions. A high-end collector or museum might pay a premium, even over $1 million, for such a rare find. Now you're probably asking, how do I know if my 1998 quarter is worth anything? Great question. Look for the letter P on the front, near Washington's ponytail. At a shiny, scratch-free surface could mean a higher grade. Double die errors, especially on the word liberty, or in God we trust. Off-center strikes missing elements, clad layer peeling, or unusual color weight. If it feels unusually heavy or light, get it weighed. Use a jeweler's loupe or microscope to inspect the details, and compare your coin to images of known errors online or on auction sites like Heritage Auctions or PCGS. Let's be real for a second. Most 1998 P quarters, even in decent shape, are worth about 25 cents. Maybe up to $1 or $2 if it's shiny and uncirculated. But if you have an error coin, especially in mint condition, things can change fast. Some verified error coins have sold for $500 to $5,000. That's a rumored or theoretical value based on a one-of-a-kind collector's find, kind of like winning the coin lottery. So, what should you do if you think you've got a rare 1998 P quarter? Don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value dramatically. Hold it by the edges only. Submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Look up past auctions to see if similar coins sold. Or find one through the American Numismatic Association, money.org. Open mailbox with raised flag. You can also join online forums or Facebook groups where collectors help each other identify and price rare coins. So, there you have it. While the chances of owning the legendary $1.6 million 1998 P quarter are slim, it's not impossible. And checking your old coins could lead to a fun discovery or even a nice payday. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin collecting tips and stories. Coming up next, I'll share 5 other coins from the 1990s that could be worth thousands. You won't want to miss it. We're diving into one of the most talked about quarters in the collecting world, the 1980p Washington quarter dollar, and why some say one could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Moneybag gemstone. I'll break down the truth behind the claim, what to look for, how to check if you have one, and what you can realistically expect to earn. Let's get into it. Close-ups of the 1980p quarter, obverse and reverse. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, honoring George Washington's 200th birthday. But the 1980p quarter, minted in Philadelphia, is special for a few reasons. Over 635 million of these quarters were minted. That means they're not rare by volume, but specific varieties and errors can skyrocket the value. 1980p Washington quarter facts minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark on obverse, copper nickel clad John Flanagan 5.67 grams, $0.25, $0.25 to $1, 500, 000 inch. So what's this about a $1.5 million quarter? You may have seen headlines online or TikTok videos hyping this coin as being worth millions. Most of the time, they're referring to a rare error variety or possibly even a misattributed coin. But let's be clear, a standard 1980p quarter is not worth millions. However, a coin with a rare mint error, or in perfect condition, can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Look for these rare features. If you're checking your 1980p quarters, here are the signs that yours might be worth more than face value. Look for doubling in the letters like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." If the image is not aligned properly and part of the design is missing. A curved slice missing from the coin's edge, like a quarter struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. Graded coins with no wear, sharp detail, and full luster can go for hundreds or more. Rare but possible if it came from an early die state. 1980p quarter error values $200, $3, $000, $50, $1, $000, $1, $500, $6, $000 up to $10, $000 plus. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is there really a 1980p quarter worth $1.50 million? To date, no verified sale has been recorded at that price. It's likely an internet rumor or a misinterpreted listing. Some eBay sellers post absurd prices hoping to go viral, but that doesn't mean it's sold. On-screen graphic. Example eBay listings. Price is not equal to value. But that doesn't mean your coin isn't valuable. High-grade, certified coins do sell for thousands. The key is knowing what you have. Use a magnifying glass or loupe, 10x recommended. Look for doubling, off-center designs, or unusual features. Check the edge. Is it complete, clipped, or uneven? Compare it to online guides or PCGS photos. Weigh it. Should be 5.67 grams. Magnifier digital scale. Good lighting. Coin sleeves. Still unsure? Submit your coin to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in grading can massively increase your coin's resale value. If you think you have a valuable coin, here are the best ways to sell. Great for wide exposure, but requires good photos and buyer trust. Ideal for high-value certified coins. Fast but often lower offers. Active community. Did you know that a simple coin you may have in your pocket, purse, or junk drawer could be worth a life-changing amount of money? I'm talking about a 1971 Washington quarter, specifically, one with a D mint mark that recently made headlines for being valued at up to $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 quarter dollar coin. In this video, we'll break down exactly what makes this coin so special, how to identify if you have one, and where you can sell it for top dollar. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. It features George Washington on the front or obverse, and the American eagle on the reverse, at least until the state quarters began in 1999. Now, 1971 isn't usually considered a rare year, but certain quarters from that year, especially those with a D mint mark, struck in Denver, have shocked the numismatic world. This tiny D might not seem like much, but in some cases, it's your ticket to a fortune. You might be wondering, why would any 25-cent coin be worth over $1 million? The answer: rarity, condition, and minting errors. In the case of the $1.6 million coin, experts believe it had a double die error, extreme rarity, and was preserved in near-perfect condition, what collectors call MS68 plus or better. Even coins without major mint errors can still be valuable. Coins in pristine condition that haven't been in circulation, often called uncirculated or proof coins, can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. A coin like this, especially with a flaw from the mint, becomes highly collectible. And the law of supply and demand? It sends prices soaring. Alright, so how do you know if your 1971 quarter is worth money? It must say 1971. Look for a D. On the right side of Washington's ponytailus, it's shiny, crisp, with no scratches or wear. Double letters, missing details, strange textures, off-center strikes. If it has any of those traits, you may be holding something extremely rare. Cleaning can damage its value. Just keep it safe and dry. If you think your 1971 D quarter could be worth something, the next step is to get it professionally appraised. Use services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Visit a trusted local coin dealer, attend a coin show, or list your coin on platforms like Heritage Auctions, eBay, or Great Collections. Make sure you take clear photos, describe any known details, and if possible, get it graded before selling. A coin graded MS65 or higher can dramatically increase in value. In 2022, a 1971 D quarter with an unusual mint error and in pristine condition reportedly sold for over $1.6 million at a private auction. Another collector received 5 figures for a similar, less dramatic version. You might not have the $1 million one, but there's still a strong market for old coins, especially if you inherited a collection or kept change from decades ago. Don't spend your old quarters without checking. Use a magnifying glass to inspect mint marks. Get an appraisal before selling. Join a coin collecting forum or Facebook group. They're full of knowledge. So, take a few minutes today. What if I told you that one of the coins hiding in your kitchen drawer or old piggy bank could be worth up to $1.7 million? Yes, we're talking about a simple-looking 1995 D Washington quarter that might just change your life. If you're between 30 and 70 and you've collected coins, or just held on to some change, keep watching, because I'm going to show you how to identify if your 1995 D quarter is one of the rare treasures collectors are fighting over. The 1995 D Washington quarter is a regular 25-cent coin minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D under the eagle on the reverse. Over 1 billion of these coins were minted, so most are common. But a tiny handful have errors, rare characteristics, or perfect conditions that make them worth a fortune. Most of these coins are worth just 25 cents. But the rare ones, they've sold at auction for tens of thousands, even up to $1.7 million under the right conditions. What makes a 1995 D quarter worth $1.7 million? 2 o'clock. Now let's get real. Not every 1995 D quarter is a jackpot. That $1.7 million price tag? It's tied to coins that are extremely rare, and in some cases, have mint errors or have been graded as MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC. Here are the 3 things that make a 1995 D quarter incredibly valuable. 1. Mint errors. These are mistakes made during production. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets. These errors make your coin highly collectible. 2. High grade, MS67 or MS68. MS stands for mint state. A coin that's never been circulated and has nowhere can get these high grades. At auction, a 1995 D-quarter graded MS68 has sold for thousands. 3. Unique provenance or demand. Sometimes a coin becomes valuable due to its story, ownership, or extreme rarity. The $1.7 million claim is often tied to hype, but it shows what collectors might pay for a truly exceptional piece. So how do you know if your 1995 D-quarter is worth anything? Look for the D mint mark, turn the coin over and find the little D under the eagle. That tells you it's from the Denver Mint. Check for errors, use a magnifying glass to look for double lines on the lettering or strange shapes. These could indicate a double die. Assess the condition. If it looks shiny, crisp, and has no scratches or wear, you may have an uncirculated version. Even minor flaws reduce value, so this matters. Weigh it. The coin should weigh 5.67 grams. If it's off, it might be a planchet error. Rare and valuable. Where and how to sell rare quarters. 130. Think you've got a winner? Here's what to do next. 1. Did you know a simple 1965 Washington quarter, the kind that might be sitting in your junk drawer, could be worth up to $1.4 million? That's right, one coin, with no mint mark, turning heads in the coin collector world. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for, what makes this coin so valuable, and how you might be holding onto a small fortune without even knowing it. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, especially if you have old coins lying around. This could be your lucky day. Let's go back to 1965. The U.S. Mint was facing a major problem, a national coin shortage, driven by the rising price of silver. Until then, quarters were made of 90% silver. But in 1965, that changed. Starting that year, the U.S. Mint began producing quarters made from copper-nickel clad instead of silver. And here's the catch. They removed all mint marks on quarters to prevent hoarding and speculation. Most 1965 quarters have no mint mark, and they're worth about 25 cents to a few dollars. But there's one exception. What makes one 1965 quarter worth over $1 million? The blank coins meant for 1964 silver quarters accidentally got used in early 1965 production. So when one of these silver planchets got struck with the 1965 design, boom, you get a 1965 quarter struck on a 90% silver planchet instead of copper-nickel. That coin is incredibly rare. Only a handful are known to exist. One was authenticated and sold at auction for $1.4 million. Show footage of auction room. A coin being sold, headlines of million-dollar coin sales. Here's how to check if your 1965 quarter is worth big money. Weigh it. Use a digital scale. A normal copper-nickel 1965 quarter weighs 5.67 grams, about 6.25 grams. That's your first clue. The sound test. Drop it gently on a hard surface. A silver coin has a high-pitched ring, while clad coins sound dull. Edge inspection. Look at the coin's edge. A silver quarter will have a solid silver color, no copper stripe. Get it verified. If your coin checks these boxes, get it certified by PCGS or NGC, top coin grading services. Today, a verified 1965 silver quarter could sell anywhere from $5,000 to over $1 million, depending on its condition and rarity. In fact, the $1.4 million coin was graded MS68, almost perfect. Even lesser-grade silver errors from 1965 can bring in tens of thousands of dollars. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they have one. If you suspect you've got a rare 1965 quarter, here's what to do. Don't clean it. That destroys value. Handle with gloves or the edges only. Weigh and inspect it as we showed earlier. Submit it to a grading company. PCGS and NGC both offer mail-in grading services. Consult with a reputable coin dealer or auction house. You can also browse online coin forums or Reddit communities to compare your coin and get opinions. Imagine discovering a coin in your change jar and learning it's worth more than your car, maybe your house. 1965 was a year of big change for quarters, and possibly a golden or silver opportunity for you. If you learned something new today, hit that like button. Subscribe for more videos on rare coins and hidden treasures you might already own. Drop a comment if you found anything rare, or if you want help identifying a coin. I read every one. We're diving deep into one very specific coin, the 1996 D Washington quarter, and why rumors say one of these could be worth up to $1.7 million. That's right, one little quarter, 25 cents, possibly worth more than most houses. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American pockets since 1932. In 1996, the Denver Mint produced over 900 million quarters, each marked with a tiny D under Washington's neck. But not all coins are created equal. Most 1996 D quarters are only worth face value, or maybe a few cents more if they're in great shape. So, how could one possibly be worth $1.7 million? Let's address the elephant in the room, the $1.7 million price tag. This rumor spread fast across the internet, YouTube videos, blogs, Facebook posts, claiming one special 1996 D quarter fetched millions. But here's the truth. There is no confirmed sale of a 1996 D quarter for $1.7 million. So where did this number come from? For a coin to be worth serious money, it usually has one or more of these qualities, like double strikes, off-center coins, or missing elements. Fewer coins produced equals higher rarity. Coins graded MS 67 or higher can fetch top dollar. Unique events tied to the coin's issue year. In the case of the 1996 D, some error coins do exist, and collectors pay hundreds, even thousands, for extremely rare examples. So what's your 1996 D quarter actually worth? $0.25, $1.05, $10.30, $75, $100, 3, 000 or more, depending on the error, but remember, condition is everything. A coin in mint state with a unique error could be a jackpot waiting to happen. Here's a quick checklist to spot a potentially valuable 1996 D quarter. Sharp detail, no scratches. Maybe MS grade. Look for doubling, missing letters, or weird misalignments. Use a magnifying glass and a bright light. Weigh the coin. Standard quarters weigh 5.67 grams. Compare with professional grading images. Don't sell it on a whim. Use trusted services like PCGS or NGC. Bring the coin in for a second opinion. They often pay less than market value. eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections. Even if your 1996 D quarter isn't worth millions, it might still be worth something. And who knows? You might stumble upon an error coin that is worth thousands. Keep looking through your change, your coin jars, and even your childhood collections. The next big find could be in your hands right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have a rare coin story to share. Want me to cover another coin? Let me know.